What's going on, y'all? It's Chris Bayman, and this Saturday I'm really excited because I get to MD behind two phenomenal artists, and they also happen to be my family. You know what I mean? But it's interesting sometimes the things that you run to directing, musical directing, and playing behind different people. You know what I mean? Because they want like different things. So this Saturday, January 5th, we're going to be doing, I believe it's called the Independent Collective. And if I'm wrong, charge it to my head, not my heart. It's going to be at St. John's Congregational Church. And yeah, so it's basically, independent artists coming together. It's a showcase. I believe it's going to be televised. But like I said, I'm going to be MDing behind two of the artists, and they want different things. My brother, soft spoken prophet, and of course my uncle, Pastor J.P. Morgan Jr. And just starting off with my brother, so I made stems, and for those of you who don't know what stems are, they are a stem is not it's not quite a track. What it is or it is a track, but it is something. It has less instrumentation. The only instrumentation in a stem is the instrumentation that is not present for the show. So, for instance, if I'm playing keys, if there's only keys in a drummer, then it's gonna be maybe a loop, bass, guitar, strings, all that stuff that's not present, just to thicken everything up, just to make everything sound full. See what I mean? So let me just play you. Um, so right there, so he had given me. So the thing about AJ is that he gives me a lot of creative freedom to do whatever. He might suggest a thing or two here or there, but mostly he really gives me creative freedom, and to do whatever. And so he'll give me a simple idea. So what he gave me was this, and it's real simple. It's something like this. So he gave me that, and that's the basis in which the whole track, or excuse me, the whole stem, like in the band, that's the basis of everything right there. So when I was making the stem, what I didn't want to do was get in the way of that right there, or compromise that foundation. So what I did basically was, I just try to create a mood. So this song is like more. I made it really atmospheric in a way. So I'll show you what I mean. But first thing I did was I doubled the bass that went with it. So the bass that went with this. So now that right there, I just did that to give it a little more body, because we're not gonna have a bass player. Then what I also did was I just added a little bit of organ because I'm gonna be playing mains. I'm not gonna be playing organ, so use that organ back there. And Mike the Leslie, and that's I've got that cover over the Leslie just because I want to be able to isolate it more. I want to be able to take the room out. You know what I mean? And so as far as foundation, I just did that, and I did all the stuff on top of that. So what I did was just some little things on top of it. So let me let you hear what I did on just things on top, just pads. Like I said, just atmosphere. so we don't have background, well, excuse me, we do have background singers. And so for things like that, and for an idea, so and for a song, musically very simple, what I did, what I put, I took it upon myself. And like anytime I'm making stems, I always take it upon myself to add some indicators. See what I mean? So something that lets you know, okay, we about to come in. So for the backgrounds, for the hook, this is what we put right here. This is what I put. Putting that right there. And so just that little thing lets you know, and it fills up a little more. Back to the verse. Yep, I don't add, try not to add too much, but only what's needed. Not adding too much, just only what's needed. And so then you got this right here. And that's so so that in essence is what I did for that. Now my uncle, he is a little bit more meticulous. So he plays himself, and so since he plays himself, a lot of times he knows what he wants. Anybody that plays for keys, or they play any sort of instrument, anybody who's a musician themselves, or excuse me, an instrumentalist themselves, they have a very clear picture in their head what they want. So for my uncle, he wanted it to sound like the record, okay, and in sounding like the record, add different elements. So anytime I'm trying to make something sound like the record, I always try to put something else in there, but something that's only going to add to it and not make it something else. So he wanted me to bring the funk. So for this, just did this right here. See, and like I said, there's no chords in there because I'm gonna be playing it. See what I'm saying? And so the stem, it only adds what's not there just to fill everything up. So now we're gonna have a bass player there, and so what I'm gonna do, I just mute the bass and let him take it. See what I'm saying? And then there's one part in particular that I love in this song, and it's the vamp. So let me show you the vamp real quick. So this is the vamp right here, and it's like my favorite part of the song just because it grooves so hard. And that's the thing about being disciplined, and when you put the right elements in place, it'll just, it's just so self-sufficient. You don't need nothing else. Like you can listen to it for long periods of time because everything is doing its job, and so it's very much sustainable to the listener. I'll show you what I mean. Check this out. That just grooves all day right there. And like I said, that's the kind of thing, even when I be in my car, I go to that part and listen to that part because that's my favorite part. Because like I said, when something grooves and when something is just right on the one, it just, man, there ain't nothing like it. So, like I said, two different perspectives, two great artists, but that's who I'm gonna be working with this coming weekend. So I hope to see y'all there at St. John's. And if not, I'm gonna be posting some more stuff, and just my approach on things. And so I hope to catch you on the next time. All right. And so with that being said, I just want to say, God bless, and yeah, until next time.